Welcome Sagittarius to your in-depth weekly forecast for week commencing the 20th of May for the Ascendant, the Sun or the Moon. On the screen now I'm showing the event chart right at the start of the week, which gives us some very important information of how the week will begin. We need to be mindful of your ruler Jupiter. At the end of last week we had a Jupiter cazimi. This only happens once a year. The interesting thing is this year it's happening as Jupiter comes to the end of its journey through the sign of Taurus. But it's an opportunity to really think around your health, your diet, your life structure and your work, that something can evolve over the next year which could prove to be extremely positive for you. But that sixth house also has Mercury recently arrived in it. Mercury in the sixth house can be a bit brittle, a bit tense. And if you recall, when it moved into Taurus last Wednesday, it immediately went into a right angle with Pluto, which peaked on Friday. If you have felt there's been a little bit of brittleness, or perhaps you felt a little bit on edge, it wouldn't be a complete surprise. But let's also look at the position of Mars in your sister fire sign of Aries. Here, alongside the point of destiny, the North Node, if there's something you're passionate about this week, you can use those sixth house energies, which are to do with practicalities in Taurus, including Mercury, to get things working, to actually give you some kind of tangible return. That's good. It's just the Moon in Libra starts the week in an opposition with Mars. So your emotions could be a little bit up and down. You could feel a little bit grumpy if you feel thwarted. But I want to reassure you that we've got a sensational set of influences that start to unfold from Tuesday. That's when the Sun moves into your opposite sign, but it links to the position of Pluto, the planet of transformation. A conversation you have this week could prove to be life-changing. Now, I know that sounds rather dramatic, but it is actually possible. Now, this particular aspect did happen last year, but on Thursday, Venus joins up with the Sun in Gemini and also aligns with Pluto exactly by Saturday, followed on Saturday by your ruler Jupiter moving into the sign of Gemini. Technically debilitated in that sign, but we need to see the part of your situation that Jupiter's going to influence. So the Sun, Venus and Jupiter are all being activated by the potent energy, the transformational energy of Pluto for the first time in the case of Venus and Jupiter for over 220 years across these zodiac signs. And of course, Gemini is an air sign, communication, and Aquarius, very much communication. But Aquarius is about our higher ideals. Gemini can be very quick, fast, nimble communication, can also be quite flirty. But the seventh house is where we connect to people. If we stay totally in our own energy, the first house, then that would make us have a little bit of a limited experience. So it's where we connect that we can get rewards. We can also experience disappointments as well. But what I would say is your words, your thinking, your ideas, even your belief systems can have a tremendous impact on people that you interact with, not just this week, but for many moons to come. And that's because there is also a full moon in your sign on Thursday. But this is influenced by the position of Pluto too. The seventh house can be where we build relationships, alliances, collaboration, cooperation, work on our listening skills. It's very interactive. It can be where we need to compete, set our boundaries. In traditional astrology, it's known as the part of open enemies. But in open enemies, it's the kind of people that we know, like competitors, or perhaps people aren't necessarily our greatest admirers in our locality. People like that, open enemies. But we can still interact and we can still find some kind of way of working with people like that. So all of this is just dripping with potential in the most glorious of ways, because your sign ruled by Jupiter, is about growth. Jupiter is about optimism, it's about possibilities, it's about good fortune. And some amazing fortune can unfold for you over the next 12 months in a link with another person. Could be romantic, could be business, friendship, social. It could be with a colleague, it could be with an employer, but some kind of serendipity is almost guaranteed to unfold for you over the next year. It's been a real pleasure being with you, Sagittarius. Have a great week, and if you've yet to subscribe to my channel, please do so now.